All right. Shalom, family. It's your brother Kanaiba coming at you once again with this video titled, Even the Heathen Know Our Kingdom is at Hand. Okay. So this particular video is going to be inspired by really a couple of things, but mainly it's going to be inspired by the up and coming movie that's scheduled for next year, which of course, as you see in the thumbnail, is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, right? So if you have been following this newest genre of the Planet of the Apes movies, if you've been following the various videos that's been coming out, or the various movies that's been coming out about the Planet of the Apes, and if you look at this through a spiritual lens, you should know that this whole Planet of the Apes series, even the one going back to the original one with what was his name, Charlton Heston, it's about us. It's about the children of Israel. Okay, it's really Esau's way of mocking us, okay, of quote unquote poking fun at us, but at the same time letting us know that they know who we are and what's to come. Okay, pretty much just their slick way of, making fun of us for basically not knowing who we are. Okay, but the point being is this particular movie is set for next year in 2024, and it's going to be called The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Okay, the kingdom. I'm putting emphasis on that, right? And they wait to now to actually produce this movie. Okay, so and let me say this too. The exact date that it's really set for is May 24th, 2024. And keep that in mind. That's very important. Okay, because we're gonna prove without a shadow of a doubt that the heathen, Esau in particular, they know who we are, and they know that our kingdom is at hand. It's right around the corner. Okay, and also there's a particular reason why I have these two numbers in my thumbnail as well. Of course, you have 144, then you have 399 or 399. Okay, now one may be asking, what does this number 399 have to do with anything? Well, I'll explain it later on in the video. Okay, but without further ado, let's actually watch the trailer for this up and coming movie. Now, I don't believe this is the official trailer. Okay, it's a teaser trailer. Okay, but nonetheless, it is a trailer about the movie. Okay, it's going to show certain scenes in this up and coming movie, right? So without further ado, let's actually watch this trailer and let's see what's going on. Okay?
When I sleep, I see strange things.
Now, I apologize for pausing it so quickly, but we got to talk about that. Okay? Now, what did he say? He said, when I sleep, I see strange things. Now, looking at this from a spiritual vantage point, okay, when you look at our people as a whole, okay, most of our people are asleep. Okay, that's why in Romans the 13th chapter, it tells us, awake thou that sleepest, arise from the dead, right? But he said, when I sleep, I see strange things. Okay. Now, when you're asleep and you find out that the state that we're in as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the state that we're in now is not the way it's supposed to be, that we're really supposed to be the ruling class. If you're asleep, that's strange to you. Notice he said, when I'm asleep, I see strange things. Okay? But now let's continue. Let's see let's see what else he says.
Memories?
Not memories. New things. I see everything.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Now notice after he said when he's asleep he sees strange things. Notice the other ape asked him, he said, what is it, memories? Then he said, no, not memories. He said that he sees new things, right? Now, what comes to mind to me, and of course, this is just simply my critique, but what comes to mind to me is Revelation, the 21st chapter, okay? A new heaven and a new earth, okay? A change in rulership, a new world order, okay? Which, of course, is where the children of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, is the ruling class. Okay, that's actually what comes to mind to me. Then he goes on to say, I see everything. Right? He's starting to see things more clearly. Okay? So now, with that, let's continue.
That is not everything.
Now, notice the other ape responded, that is not everything. Now, again, what comes to mind? Now, and this is just my critique. I could be completely off about it. Okay, we haven't seen the whole video or the whole movie. But what comes to mind with him saying that is that 1 Corinthians, the 2nd chapter. For I have not seen nor ear heard, neither hath entered into the heart of man the things that God hath prepared for those that love him. Okay, that's what comes to mind when he says that. That's not everything. Okay, you haven't seen everything. Okay, you can't even comprehend what the Most High has laid up for those who love him and keep his commandments and the faith. Okay, you cannot fathom what the kingdom is going to be. Okay, that's why I said that's not everything. Okay, now, of course, I could be wrong. This is just me critiquing what I see thus far. Okay, but to me, it's very clear that this movie is about us. Okay, it's Esau's slick way of calling us monkeys, but at the same time, acknowledging and knowing who we are and what's to come for us. Okay, but anyway, let's continue. Oh no, we cannot just go past that. No. We have to talk about what we just saw. Okay, did you all just see the humans looking as if they're in a very low estate, in a state of being slaves, being chased by what looks like slavers, maybe? Okay, the apes who are upon horses, looking as if they're trying to capture them. You see, now there's so many verses that come to mind, but here again, this lets you know that they know what state they're going to be in the kingdom. Okay? This is very, very clear. Anybody who denies that this movie is about us, I really don't know what to tell you, okay? Because it's clear to me. They now have the humans in a destitute state, a very low state, okay, as slaves, as it appears, okay. But again, these are the things that we've been saying that's to come, okay. And people want to call us a hate group and this, that, and the third. Well, no, that's biblical, and even Esau and the other nations know this, okay, and they dread the day that this comes to pass. But it's going to happen. Okay? But anyway, let's continue. Now, again, I apologize for pausing it so much, but we got to talk about this. Okay? Now, what you're going to learn is when you start really looking at things through a spiritual lens and from a spiritual vantage point, you rarely can get through a movie peacefully. Okay, because you see so much deeper into the underlining message that the movie is giving. Okay, sometimes you have to go back and watch the movie again just strictly for entertainment purposes. But looking at what we just saw, did you just see the ape just toss her some food and look at the destitute state that she's in? What comes to mind for me is the story of the woman whose daughter was vexed with the devil. Okay, and she came to Yahweh Shah to get her daughter healed. Okay, and first Yahweh Shah ignored her. Then the other 12 asked him to send her away, and then he basically told her that it's not meet to give the children's bread unto dogs. Okay, he said, I'm not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel, and that is not meet to take the children's bread and cast it to dogs. Okay, but then the woman, she responded by saying what? That yet the dogs eat the crumbs from the master's table. This looks like a parable to that passage. He basically, the way he tossed her that food is basically, it's almost like a dog eating crumbs from the master's table. That's what this reminds me of. Okay, but again, like I said, when you start looking at things from a spiritual vantage point, you can barely enjoy a movie or a trailer nonetheless, right? But anyway, let's get back to it.
What a wonderful day!
What a wonderful day. All righty. Boy. I'm excited to actually see this particular movie. But yeah, that was the end of the trailer. Okay. And I gave my critique on what I think it's about, just based on the very short trailer that we actually just watched. It's not even the official trailer, it's a teaser trailer, but nonetheless, again, it's a trailer. So I gave my critique on it. Now let's actually get a bit of info about the plot of the movie. Okay, let's actually go to Wikipedia. Let's actually see what the premise of the movie actually is. Okay, let's get to it. All right, so now we've moved forward to Wikipedia about this new movie, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Now, this is the premise of the movie, okay? And it reads, it says, generations after the events of war for the planet of the apes, and we're going to get into that. It says, many ape clans have emerged in the oasis to which Caesar led his fellow apes, while humans have regressed into a feral state. Now, okay, the humans in this movie represents the other nations. Okay, that should be clear by now. And of course, the apes represents the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, and Caesar represents a savior or a messiah-like figure. When you look at this Planet of the Apes series, he really played the role of both Moses and Yahushua. Okay, he played both of those roles when you actually look at this from a spiritual vantage point. But we're gonna get into it. Okay, but let's finish the premise out. It says, when the ape leader Proximius Caesar perverts the teachings of Caesar to enslave other clans in search of the last traces of a secret human technology, the ape, Noah, that looks like Noah to me. You could say no, but it looks like Noah to me. The ape Noah embarks on a journey to find freedom alongside a young human woman named May. Okay, so you you still want to tell me that this movie is not about us and they have an ape in the movie named Noah? Okay, it's going to be very interesting to really dig into the role that Noah is going to play in this movie. Okay, but again, why did they choose the name Noah out of all names? Okay, remember the scriptures tell you that when Yahushua before Yahushua comes back, that it says in the days of Noah were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. Okay, people were eating, drinking, being merry, just going on about their daily lives, and when they least expected, boom. Okay, the same way that it just slowly started to rain and then the flood came when they least expected it. Well, Yahushua is going to come the same way. And everybody's going on about their daily lives and when, people least expect it. Okay? But anyway, let's look at the cast. Okay, let's look at the cast real quick. Okay? All right, so looking at the cast, now at the very top, you have a gentleman by the name of Owen Teague. Now, he's playing the role of the chimpanzee named Noah. Okay, so it's confirmed there really is a chimpanzee in the movie named Noah. Okay, now what I want to do, I want to go more towards the bottom. Okay, and look at this Peter McCann, I guess that's how you pronounce it, and he's playing the role of Raka. Okay, that sounds like Paleo Hebrew, but he's playing the role of Raka. It says a wise orangutan and an ally to Noah. Okay, now this particular role of this wise orangutan, it could be an allusion to what we would call an elder or maybe even a priest. Who knows? Okay, we'll only know once we actually watch the movie. But that's the vibes that I'm getting from this particular character. Okay, but now let's rewind. Okay, let's rewind a bit. because I just said we're gonna explain a little further and dig a little deeper into the role of the original Caesar in this particular movie franchise. Okay, now I made a statement. I said Caesar in this movie franchise, he played the role of really both Moses and Yahushua, if you really think about it. Okay, when you look at the very first movie, okay, I think it was Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I think that was the first one. You brothers can correct me if I'm wrong, but that Rise of the Planet of the Apes, I think that was the first one. Caesar was, pretty much taken in by the humans as an infant. Okay, the same way when you look at Moses, he was taken in as an infant by the Egyptians. Okay, so now you have Caesar from his infancy, all the way up to adulthood. He basically lived like a human. Okay, that's really all he knew was the ways of the humans. Okay, likewise, when you look at the story of Moses from his infancy all the way up to adulthood, he lived as an Egyptian. Okay, there's your parallels. Okay, all the way up until a point where Caesar had to go amongst his brethren, his fellow apes, and he had to live like them, and he had to experience what they were going through. Okay, and he saw the affliction and the burden that the apes were going through. Okay, because his original quote unquote owner, or the person he lived with, had to give him up, and he had to go and he had to basically live amongst the other apes. Okay, now likewise, Moses got to a point where he looked at the burden of his brethren, okay, that were basically being enslaved by the Egyptians. Okay, the two stories is really parallel. Okay, that's why I said he's playing the role of Moses, okay, subliminally, right? To the point where Caesar, he got fed up at the way that his brethren were living. He led a rebellion against the humans. The same way Moses led the rebellion against the Egyptians. Okay, and ultimately led them into the wilderness. Moses led the children of Israel into the wilderness. Okay, and when you look at the end of that Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Caesar led the other apes into the forest, which basically is supposed to be a parable for the wilderness. Okay, now fast forward to the next movie, which I believe was War for the Planet of the Apes. Now in this particular movie, he played more of the role of Yahushua. Okay, as far as my critique goes, okay, because when you look more towards the end of that movie, or it may have been the middle, at one point they had him basically crucified, okay, almost like he was on a cross. Okay, and then in the end of the movie, he ended up dying for his people, and pretty much leading them into the promised land. When you look at the very end of that movie, okay, that those are pretty much the parallels. Okay, but here again, Esau knows exactly what he's doing. Okay, and now fast forward to the year 2024. Now you have the kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, where the apes are in rulership. And the roles are reversed. Now the humans are now in a destitute state. And the apes are now on top. Okay, so again, Esau is the devil. He knows exactly what he's doing, but again, he can make fun all he wants, but this is going to become a reality very, very soon. Okay, so now let's switch gears and let's look at the date of this movie. Okay, let's look at the date. Here comes the haymaker. Okay, let's pay attention to the date that this movie is scheduled to come out. Okay, so now we have at the top, of course, this Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, right? It says it's 2024 sci-fi action film, right? Now let's go to the bottom left corner here. Right? It says release date May 24th, 2024. Okay. So let's dive into that. First, what you got to see here, this is a dead giveaway. You see the vibration of 12. It's coming out May 24th, 2024. Okay, that's 12-12 across the board. Okay, that's number one. But it gets better. It gets better. Okay, I always got more. All right, let's do a little research here. Again, got to dig too deep. Let's go to Wikipedia and let's look up the day of May 24th. And let's see what comes up. Okay. Now, would you look at this? Take a gander. Okay. It reads, and I quote, May 24th is the 144th day of the year. Esau is the devil. Okay. I have to keep saying that. Okay. Because, let's finish it out. It says the 145th day in leap years. It says in the Gregorian calendar, it says there's 221 days remaining until the end of the year. Okay, from May the 24th, right? So what this shows us is that in general, typically May 24th is the 144th day of the year. And it just so happens that they chose to release this movie on May 24th. Okay? Now granted, next year, in 2024, that is a leap year. Every 4 years is a leap year, I believe. So yes, next year is the 145th day, only because it's leap year. But in general, this particular date, May 24th, is the 144th day of the year. And they chose to release this movie on that day. Okay, now, again, they can't be too obvious. So they had it come out during a leap year, where it's the 145th day. But no, you're not going to get that one over our heads. May 24th typically is the 144th day of the year, and you chose to release this movie on that day. Why? Now, this also shows us that Esau, they are looking at us. They're studying us because they know how much credence we give to the number 144. They know that number really, in a way, represents the kingdom. Okay, it represents the governing body of the kingdom, the 144,000. Okay, So again, this is still Esau's way of playing with us, of making fun of the average Israelites' lack of understanding and not really knowing what's going on. Okay, but once I researched this and saw that May 24th is the 144th day of the year, that did it for me. Okay, if you still say that this movie is not about us, okay, you are sadly mistaken. Okay, even when you look at the earlier versions of the Planet of the Apes, the ape's name wasn't Caesar, but there was an ape that the rest of the apes reverenced, and his name was Semos. Okay, you really heard them talking about Semos in the 2001 version of Planet of the Apes with Mark Wahlberg. Okay, that particular ape's name was Semos, Semos. When you look at that name, Semos, that's just Moses with the letters scrambled. Again, showing you that they know what they're doing. Okay, the whole series is about us. Okay, but now let's go back. Let's go back to my thumbnail. Okay, I pretty much just explained why I put the 144 in the thumbnail. Okay. But now, let's deal with this. Let's deal with the 399. The 399. Okay? Now, this number 399 is really something that's been happening to me personally. Okay? Here lately, for the past maybe 2 days, I've been seeing this number heavily, abnormally. 399. Okay, and I'm not a person that puts too much credibility into numbers and things like conspiracy theory type stuff when dealing with numbers. I only deal with numbers when it actually applies. Okay, but so this should let you know if I'm making a video about that I'm really seeing this number a lot, to the point where I noticed it and I had to make a video about it. Okay. Let me give you an example. Even this particular trailer that we just watched earlier in my video, if you take a look at this, when you look at the number of likes there, I was the 399th person to like the video. Okay, again, and this is just one of many instances I've been seeing this number. Okay, so again, if you're a spiritual person, okay, you have to judge all things spiritually. You have to wonder, what is the message that the Most High is trying to show me with this number? Okay. And I am in no way, shape, or form saying that there's anything special about me or anything like that. Okay. But there is a reason why I'm seeing this number. Okay. And again, the fact that I was the 399th person to like this particular video, that's what really prompted me to actually make this video. Okay. But I've been trying to make sense of why I'm seeing this number so much. Okay. And one thing that actually comes to mind, okay, dealing with this and everything that's going on, okay, what comes to mind is the prophecy that the Most High gave to our forefather Abraham about what would be going on with his offspring in ancient Egypt. Okay. Now, granted, we are now in spiritual Egypt. Okay? But I'm going to make a correlation here. Okay? Because this is really the only thing I can make sense of dealing with this number that I've been seeing thus far. Okay, let's actually go to the scriptures real quick, and then we're going to bring it to a close. Okay, let's take a look. All right, so this is the book of Genesis, chapter 15 and verse 13. And it reads, it says, and he said unto Abram, which is Abraham, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. Okay, now granted, I know this is talking about ancient Egypt. And I know we've been here in America more than 400 years. Okay, so don't get simple. Okay, I understand that. Okay, but what I'm saying is I'm making a connection. Okay, because even though this is about physical Egypt, ancient Egypt, okay, we are now in spiritual Egypt. Okay, and I've been seeing this number 399 a lot lately. Okay, that's the number right before 400. Okay, now what was supposed to happen after the 400 years in ancient Egypt? Okay, let's look at the next verse. Okay, so this is verse 14, and it reads, and it says, and also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterward shall they come out with great substance. Okay, so that 400 years back then marked what? The end of that captivity, right? Okay, or them leaving rather ancient Egypt. Okay, so could this be a parallel to us in spiritual Egypt? Could this be a message that letting us know that our time here is almost up in spiritual Egypt, America? Maybe that's why I'm seeing this 399 so much, because it's right before the number 400. That's all I could really make of why I'm seeing this number so much. And it could be nothing, okay? But I'm just trying to make sense out of it, okay? But again, I'm well aware that, okay, this prophecy is about ancient Egypt. It's not about us now. But I'm still trying to make that connection as to why I'm seeing this number so much, okay? But that's really what that's about, okay? But as soon as I saw the number of likes on that trailer, that's really what prompted me to do this video. Okay, I was already debating about doing a video about this up and coming movie, but once I saw that number, that's what prompted this. Okay, but you know, if any of you brothers out there that's in the knowledge, you know, have any suggestions or any insight on why I may be seeing this number 399 so much, you know, just let me know in the comments. You know, I'm open to that insight, okay? But anyway, I believe this is actually a good place to end the video. And again, the title of the video is Even the Heathen Know Our Kingdom is at Hand. And of course, I have the two numbers in the thumbnail. And of course, I explained both of them. Okay. So yeah, this up and coming movie, you know, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, is definitely about us. And it just shows that the other nations, they know how close our salvation is, even if most of our people don't realize it. Okay? The upper echelon of the other nations, they know. They know our kingdom is at hand. It's right around the corner. That's why they're making movies like this, trying to make a mockery out of it. But I would liken it unto the saying that they're basically laughing to keep from crying. Okay, they're laughing to try to keep themselves from crying. Okay, because they know that their judgment is right around the corner. Okay, for everything that they've done to the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, so with that, and as always, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh, and I do so by Hashem, which means in the name of Yahweh Shai, which is the name of the only begotten Son of the Heavenly Father, whom the world knows as Jesus Christ. And I want to thank all you brothers and sisters for tuning in. I hope this video was informative and edifying. And until next time, Shalom, family.